So in this video, I'm going to show you how to replace a return arm on the umbrella. This is a 27-inch return arm on a 10 by 10 umbrella. As you can see, it's held in by this lower hub on the umbrella. It's pretty easy to work on. This is a pretty easy job to do. And the way we're going to start is just to detach this rib connector from the return arm here. It's a Phillips head screw on one side, little lock nut on the other side. Okay, there's a little lock nut, and I'll just push the bolt side through. That's how it's held on. Now it's released, and we're just going to raise this arm. Just leave it out of our way while we do this job. Now this arm here is held in by a pin. What we're going to do is loosen up this hub a little bit to pry this arm and pin out, put our new one back in there, and we'll be done. I do want to take just a second to explain something though. So this is a replica here of what you see here with this hub. All these arms are held in by these pins. 4 screws here hold these two hubs together. Now, if you take those 4 screws, there's 4 little bolts with nuts on the end. If you take them out all the way, then what's going to happen is these two hubs are going to come apart, and all those arms and pins are going to come falling out on you. Now you've got a real job. We don't want that to happen to you. So I just wanted to show you that as a precaution, that when you loosen this hub up, we're only going to loosen it up a turn or so on each screw to allow it to separate enough to pull this arm out. So this we're going to do by hand. Just take each Phillips head, screw head. I'm just turning about 1 turn or so on each one of these 4. Okay, I think that's probably enough. Don't want to go too far, as I showed you. Now, what I'm going to do here is just simply pry this pin and this arm out. I'm going to grab a good sized flathead screwdriver because I think it'll give me a little bit more leverage. See, I'm just going to be able to sandwich it down in there. That's going to help me pull that arm and that pin out. You can still see the hub's pretty tight, so it's not going to fall apart on you. But there's that hub and pin that was held in place. Now, that's all it takes to remove it. To put it back or replace it with a new one, just going to go the opposite. So now we're going to put the arm back into the hub. We're going to position it here, raise it perpendicular so we can have some force here. Now notice up at the top, this little hole, we want that up towards this side. If it's this way, it's not going to connect to that rib connector properly. So make sure, save yourself a little time when you put it back in. Make sure that the hole is to the outer side there. Now we've got this hub loosened. I'm just going to use a little force to just kind of, there you go, work that pin right back down in there. We're going to tighten up the hub screws. Okay, so about done here. Our last step is just to reconnect this to the rib connector. We've got it out of our way. We're going to bring it back down here. So we're going to start here by slipping our bolt through. Okay, now we have our little nut on this side. I'm just going to tighten it up now with the screwdriver. Okay, this is a successful job. We've replaced a return arm on a 10 by 10 umbrella.